everyone. I want to welcome you to our inaugural session of the MIMO Symposium, Operationalizing Your Enterprise's AI Strategy. We are extremely excited to be hosting everyone here, and I think we're going to have a terrific day where you'll be learning from some of the industry leaders in this new field. Additionally, I really hope that everyone gets a chance to network and meet your peers. I think we have a lot of representation from faculty, students, and industry, of course. We truly believe that the intersection of AI and manufacturing is still a very untapped field, and that has a massive growth potential. And just yesterday, this is 100% true, I saw a post on Twitter from one of the large VC firms saying how they were trying to move away from their traditional growth startup investments, trying to shift from that investment strategy towards a more value-driven sort of investments. Clearly, manufacturing and operations were some of the top examples given on that value creation sort of startups and enterprises. So I think we are all in the right spot at the right time. For me in particular, I don't know if you guys know, but we are LGO students, so we're doing the MBA and our MS here at MIT. And for the whole team, AI is something that we really, really enjoy. But until recently, I think we're starting to find more and more use cases to it. And manufacturing and operations, I think we're a niche that personally I had never thought about using AI in those fields. But it's definitely getting a lot of traction, so we're extremely excited to be hosting this inaugural event. Before we begin, I really want to thank a lot of people for allowing us to be here. First, Cognex and Schneider for being our gracious sponsors. Literally, folks, without you, we couldn't be here, so thank you for that. Secondly, I really want to thank the students who will be presenting. I see a few here and there. A lot more are going to come throughout the day. So these people are at the forefront of the field, and they're doing terrific research on the field. So I really hope you get a chance to network and meet them. Thirdly, the whole MIMO Symposium team. Folks, really, without you, this wouldn't be possible, so thank you. And last, to all of you folks for coming, and we hope you all have a terrific day. Just a final recap for the agenda for the day, like super high level. We're going to have our first round of speakers for like the next couple of hours. Then at 12 to 1, we're going to have the lunch and networking event, and also the first round of like poster sessions. We're going to have the second part of the conferences running from 1 to 5. And don't worry, there are going to be ample coffee breaks for everyone to go to the bathroom and grab coffee. And last, the networking session, like the MIMO After Dark part of the event, it's going to start around 5:35. And that's going to run for a couple of hours. So without further ado, let me introduce you Bruce Lawler. He's the leader of MIMO, and he's going to introduce you guys to our new organization. So thank you.
Thank you, Paolo. Hi, I'm Bruce Lawler, and I'm the managing director of MIT MIMO, Machine Intelligence for Manufacturing and Operations. The first thing I want to say is to thank the student committee, and there's quite a few back there. This is all student run, and the students care, so you as industrial practitioners should care. They've taken time out of this dual degree program, which is all consuming, to go through all the logistics effort of everything, basically. So I think it speaks to how important they think this event is, and this whole field is in general. So thank you to the students. And the other thing I will say is this is the first annual version of this conference. The original version was March 17th, 2020. Perfect timing to just have everything done and then have to call it off. So I appreciate the students taking it over again, redoing everything and putting this on today. So I want to talk a little bit about what MIMO is and what we work on. So our goal is to really find that shortest path from data to impact. It's devilishly hard. We've gone through this big data era, and a lot of people don't feel like they've gotten out of it what they want. And so what we're trying to do is learn from data, make decisions with data to help drive that impact. The way we do that is really three things: research, education, and collaboration. So this largely is a collaboration function. There is lots of time for breaks, and at the end we'll have a lot of time. We'll have more students in here. We're a little limited on our ability to have students during the day because the MIT rightfully wants to limit that, but at night we'll have more ability to bring more collaboration in. But the research that we do is field-based research, and typically more PhD level research in industrial areas. So whether that's time series anomaly detection, just overall classification or improvement. We've got some really interesting use cases that we won't go through today that we're funding research for students, and industry people like you are actually funding that research. Then education, I'll talk a little bit about some of our educational programs. Of course, this is a little bit one of them, but mostly collaboration. And then lastly, collaboration. So to give you some more detail on what these activities are, so in the research area, we've got 2 active research projects now that have 2 faculty, 2 PhDs. We've got one 5 PhD project that's pending, moving through. It's a pretty big grant. And it's taking, in this case, a process that is already the best in the world and applying an AI layer on top of it to get 1 or 2% better. But for this particular customer, they produce what they produce at such volume that really does matter. Would encourage you all to go to the website. Oh, sorry, you guys can't hear me? All right. I do like to walk around. Maybe I should. All right, I'll stand still. Okay. Go to the MIMO website. We have links to the study that we did that was recently published in the Harvard Business Review. And then even Fortune picked that up. And it's really on the status of implementation of AI in manufacturing and operations, but more importantly, it generates situational awareness for the companies that participated in the study. And then we actually created individual implementation playbooks. So we had 100 people participate in their 100 companies last year. We want 1,000 companies this year. So hopefully some of you will be the people that will participate in that. And you do get a roadmap that can help you with your implementation journey. And then we also have created an implementation model for projects. So if you're doing specific machine learning projects, what processes should you follow? What questions should you be asking when? So I think that's something to be really useful to people, and that's actually being used right now. On education, we've run our 4th deep learning workshop. That's only for students this year. Google TensorFlow sponsored it. In the past, NVIDIA and AWS have sponsored it. We have a use case library that we're developing. One of the big challenges that people ask is, well, how do I use AI or machine learning in manufacturing? So we're creating a use case library to show you what is done and what's the impact, or what others have done and what is the impact. We've created 3 classes. Some are on MIT X-Pro, one's taught at UCSD. And then we're funding master's research. And excess funds from events like this do go back, they get plowed back in to fund students' research to create more knowledge in machine intelligence and manufacturing operations. So thank you to all of you who have paid your fees to come. Then lastly, on collaboration, we run a weekly student research forum that's largely PhD level. Would love to have some of your company, your data scientists participate in that. It's really a great collaborative discussion on industrial problems and how they might be solved. We've got a new cohort that is building this implementation model that I talked about earlier. Of course, you're all at the symposium. Thank you very much. And we have about 20 student volunteers. So once again, if it's important to the students, it should be important to you. So thank you all very much. that is all the comments that I have.